Tribe, welcome back to the channel. This is the Empower Tribe with Nondumiso Kamajola, where we discuss everything that has to do with life empowerment or life improvement. We talk about single parenting, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about our life journeys, and we talk about our lessons that we have learned, or that our journey of life has taught us. So if you are new to this channel, please stay. I hope you will find something that will resonate with you. Do the right thing, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We would love to have you join our tribe and also be part of our empowered conversations. I've been postponing this one for the longest time now, since I did the last video. I wanted to talk about overcoming failure, because in my last story time video, I talked a lot about how life has challenged me, and but here I am still standing. So I've got people asking me, or yes, I've got people asking me, how do you overcome failure? Because we end up when it affects a person in a way, in the sense that they lose their confidence and they lose their grit in a way. So I will be sharing what works for me, or yes, what I found to be working for me in terms of dealing with failure or overcoming failure. Number one, and this is the most crucial point, I believe, is to understand that you are not failure. It's what you were trying to do, or what you were trying to achieve, or what you were involved in that failed, not you. Because that's when the confidence and the self-doubts and limiting beliefs, or self-sabotage it kicks in. The moment you name yourself, or you shame yourself, or you call yourself a failure. We are not failures, but it's what we were attempting to do that failed. So the moment you understand that, and you are able to define the two, and you separate, or rather you detach yourself from that circumstance, or from that situation that failed, and understand that you as a person, you are not failure. You are not a failure. You are not failure, but what you were trying to do, or what you were working on, or whatever the situation you found yourself in that failed, it's that project that was happening at that time that failed. But you as a person, you are not failure. So it's very important, because most people struggle with this one, and they start self-shaming and losing confidence in the process. Number two, for me, I found reflecting on what actually happened, and truly reflecting, not looking at it like one-sided, no, but like holistically. Ask yourself those tough, or those hard questions, as to how did I contribute to this? What happened? Why is it this like this? Why did I fail? Why does this project did not come all right? What did I do wrong? What can I improve? Who did I invite? What kind of energies I was associated with? What kind of patterns was I were involved as I was trying to achieve this, or I was working on this? Because it could be, failure could happen in many aspects. It could be in business, it could be in relationship, it could be in anything. In anything. So you really need to have that time to yourself. Be true to yourself. No matter how hurtful the answers will be, but you need to ask yourself those hard questions. You need to ask yourself those tough questions, those tough questions, I mean, as to what contributed. How did, because it's easy for us to point fingers on the next person, whereas we also contributed. So you have to look at all the contributing factors that might have caused the situation to be that way. Sometimes you won't find that you have to blame yourself or there is nothing wrong with yourself. Sometimes reflecting or asking those questions will help you understand that whatever you were working on, whatever project you were working on, whatever relationship you were in, was not for you in the first place. So there's nothing to worry about. There's no one to point fingers at. There's no one to blame. It's just was never for you. It was not your thing. So it's very important to have some quiet time in your little corner, whatever way you deem fit to do your reflection. But you need to sit down with yourself, introspect, and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? What did go wrong? What kind of recipe I used that produced this failed product, so that you will change the strategies in future, so that you will know what this recipe is not working. Once you have done the 2 steps, you move on to the bigger step. I say the bigger step because not everyone will easily adapt to this one. Acceptance. Accept the defeat. Accept the failure. Accept that things didn't go well. Accept that things didn't go the way you planned them. Accept. And the quicker you accept, you opening yourself to new opportunities. There is a saying that says acceptance is the end of suffering. I like it. It's one of my mottos, because you shift from pointing fingers. You shift from shaming yourself. You shift from feeling sorry for yourself. You shift from self-sabotaging, and you move. So it's very important. You cannot move forward. You cannot move completely unless you are fooling yourself, if you have not accepted. First, you understand that you are not a failure. Second, you reflect. Once you have reflected and you have identified all these areas, then you accept that, okay, so this is the situation now. This is where I am now. This thing didn't work out. Then what do? You move. Now, move into the new direction. Move into the new direction. So my step number 4 will be moving into a new direction. This one is very critical, because change is not always easy. We tend to want to hold on to what we know, to our comfort zone, to our patterns, because we are familiar with how we do things. So when you move to a new direction, you need to learn the new ways. You need to develop new behaviors so that for that new direction. But it is very once you have embraced it, once you have accepted and embraced the change, and embraced that the thing is no longer there, or that situation is no longer there, it's so refreshing it's so refreshing to move in a different direction, or in a new direction, because you discover new things that will bring so much excitement and nourish your soul. So there is power, man. There's power. I don't know how to explain this, but there's something. It's like walking into a room that you have never been, with aspiring people, or with fresh flowers, if you are someone who loves fresh flowers, or with all the goodies that you will like, because there's something about starting a new thing. There's something about fresh starts. There's something refreshing that refreshes you, that refreshes your soul, that refreshes your thinking, because you still get excited. You still want to research and work on this. I guess you get what I'm trying to say. I also believe that there is power in letting go and trusting what lies ahead. You must believe that you must know that there is power in letting go and trusting what lies ahead, even if you don't know what lies ahead, but just trusting that feeling of trusting that what lies ahead is a beautiful journey. Hence, we say there is a light in the end of the tunnel. You don't know what's on the other side until you reach the other side. So you will not know. So staying in and what is familiar might seem like an easy thing to do, because you know the patterns, you know how things work here, so you know how to maneuver around here. But there is something about moving into a new direction that just enlightens you, that just refreshes your soul, that just nourishes you as a person, nourishes your soul, that brings in new excitement. In closure, I would like to say we need to understand that failure is a feedback. Failure is a feedback, no matter what kind of failure you have to deal with, but it is a feedback. It's a feedback from the universe, it's a feedback from the world, it's a feedback from the project. But it is the feedback. If you understand that part, that failure is the feedback, hence you need to reflect and reset and move to the new direction. That's me signing off. Stay empowered.